All right, and we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. As you can see from the title, we are back playing some more Star Trek Resurgence, which I really enjoyed playing on yesterday. What's today? Monday? I think so. I lost track of time. I really enjoyed playing this yesterday. There were some heart-pounding moments. I had to take a break there for a couple of minutes, let my heart calm down. Which is exactly what you want from a Star Trek game. You want those heart pounding, is this going to survive kind of game, kind of story. And yeah, so if you didn't catch yesterday's stream, to catch you up, this is made by Dramatic Labs, which is founded by some of the members from Telltale Games. You may know from the Walking Dead games, Wolf Among Us, the Batman Telltale series, Minecraft Story Mode, and many others, which focus on a narrative kind of storytelling, which leads to a great Star Trek game. At least so far. We've played the first couple of hours. We play as... I've already forgotten names. But we play as the first officer on... a starship heading to a diplomatic mission where we just picked up Ambassador Spock. This game does take place after Star Trek Nemesis. So this is after the Next Generation films. This is part of the canon timeline. It's not Kelvinverse, it's not anything like that. This is after Next Gen. So, that being said, we see a lot of the aesthetic from the Next Generation movies and where the technology was back then. So, we're not going to get the high tech that is Star Trek Picard and some of the newer series. They actually model a lot of this. Like, you can see the tricorder on the desk here once I pull the game up is very Next Generation. And I'm excited. I'm excited to jump back into this. Yeah. So without further ado, let me get the gameplay going. And let's begin, shall we? Turn on audio. Hop back into Twitch so I can actually see what you guys are saying in the chat. Please feel free to say hi. I will be watching the chat as we go along. And why don't I have... I don't have audio. I don't have game audio. Why do I not have game audio? There we go. And make sure stream's got game audio. There it goes. Okay. Now we've got game audio. Kind of. Very soft. Hold on. We're gonna... That's why. Hold the phone. And I want to make sure those are still on the mic audio. So I had a noise gate on desktop audio, which is why a lot of the desktop audio from yesterday's streams were not coming through. Okay, so we fixed that. So now we should have some desktop audio coming through. All right. So, We are back. We're loading. We left off just after a meeting with Ambassador Spock. We are heading toward the Hexion system, where we are about to embark on a navigational complexities. Interesting. Oh, I forgot about that scar.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself.
I want to do it. Let me do it. Can I do it? Can I do it? Please, 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 please.
The ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
I definitely wasn't brown nosing. That was
Take note of
definitely.
any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
One nice thing about Vulcans. Chovak is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity.
Ooh, that's not
Doc
fair.
says I should get used to it. Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I went first.
Now that sounds like self-pity, and I'm even less interested in that.
But Nilly... Okay.
Let's just crack the shuttle open and see what we're dealing with.
I don't know how to feel about Nilly right now. Like, I feel bad that she got injured.
Ready to go?
So, last time on stream,
Let's
in
run
the
the
last
diagnostic.
stream, Nilly got injured. We were out on... We're gonna take a second here. Just to kind of recap. So, in Carter's storyline, which they kind of intercept, in Carter's storyline, we were out, Petty Officer Edzelar, Nilly, and Petty Officer Carter, who is the secondary character we play as, were doing a spacewalk trying to repair the systems on the ship, and a radiation wave hit the ship while they were on board. So, it led to a huge chain of events, which led to Jara disobeying a direct order from the captain, who was not on the ship, didn't understand the whole situation, led her to disobey the direct order, and actually saved more lives that way, and saved Carter and Nilly's lives. But Carter saved Nilly's life, towed her back to the exit while she was unconscious. She regained consciousness, told Carter, okay, it's my turn to save you, you go first. And Carter basically told her our decision, okay, I'll go first, but you better be right behind me. And as a result, Nilly got injured. And now she hates us for that. So, that being said, so let's move on. Let's hit the diagnostic button. We're going to begin diagnostic on the shuttle.
So, I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do.
I mean, that's fair.
I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done yet?
Yeah, it's wrapping up.
So Miranda also confessed her
Relays along
feelings
the
for
primary
Carter,
EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
especially
An EPS
after
overload
Nilly
from the
was
warp drive
injured.
caused that. But how did the
And
shuttle end up
us
down
playing
in the
Carter
water?
made the decision. Okay, we'll
Maybe
we'll
the
try
ship's
this.
data recorder can tell
We'll
us
try this
something.
dating thing, you know. And again with this game and the camera focus. There we go.
Here.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Okay, so error code.
Subspace variance out of tolerance.
What
What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
real quick. Subtitles are on. Warp field
Warp
inversion.
field became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look.
Okay, so warp field inversion. Let's go back. And warp cascade.
There was a
failure.
complete warp cascade failure.
Wow, they're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me
That's
think
true
the
when
computer
dealing with
panicked
warp
on the warp
drives.
field equation.
Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
Yep. Okay.
And
And
look,
it threw more
there's another
errors.
warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variance out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked or the navigation array is offline.
That makes sense.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other. Let's not overcomplicate this. One of these systems is likely broken.
I am going to guess it's the warp coils. So we're going to go to the warp coils.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
I mean, it makes sense, right? The tricorder usage. Your tricorder can record and analyze data. Looking through it will reveal the unseen. Press X to equip or holster your tricorder. Hold RT, hold right trigger to scan glowing objects. You must be close to some objects to scan them. Watch the frame of the screen to see you are too far away. Okay. So let's take out the tricorder. Oh, hello. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Some objects you scan will activate a deep scan. During a deep scan, use the left and right bumpers to switch between different scan modes, and search for glowing objects. The mode indicators on the tricorder will blink if there is an object to find in that mode. When you have scanned all objects, the frame will change color. Hold left trigger to analyze the data and finish the scan. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Alright, that's interesting. So, chemical scan mode. All anomalies scanned. Alright. So we have a radiation anomaly and 2 chemical anomalies. So, the radiation static field. In their standby state, the warp coils produce a residual electromagnetic field. No deviations detected. The center coils guide the warp field through its focal event, maintaining a collimated thrust vector, no fractures detected. The leading coils show evidence of routine maintenance to repair from neutrino interactions. So the warp coils are completely fine. If I'm reading that right, the warp coils are fine.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Oh, Miranda's on the security detail.
Hey,
I'm not here.
we're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the
At
bridge.
least kind of being
I don't
professional
want to
about it. I
interrupt some
appreciate
important
that.
work. I was just hoping to see you before I go.
Aw, that's
The
so
captain and
sweet.
the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Always time for you.
I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
No, that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
Otari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go. Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
Do me a favor. Come back safe.
Deal. If you see any...
I felt like kissing her was too big. Well, but we'll show some concern. Like, this is still a new relationship. We don't want to jump into this.
Etzelarda Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go. All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it. Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, well...
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now.
Okay. So here's the first set of...
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Science.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
Resuming simulation.
Alright, on to the second set of failures.
Error in warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure return non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1. 1.2. 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Bingo.
What up?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Oh no. Oh. That's not good. We have no escape route. Oh, that looks so pretty. Seat of power. Look at the architecture.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tyler Saltaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours, and this is Commander Jara Rydick, first officer aboard the USS Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind, and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
We're honored to be here, as representatives of the Federation.
I'm so glad.
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way...
Classic intimidation
we're
tactics.
grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Citron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Okay. And I assume these are the Andarans.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
Well, that seems hopeful for negotiations. When one party just doesn't want to be there.
I think we're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy? I don't know what we're walking into here, but that guy was something.
Something about his tone tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari, so I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
So there are some shots in this that look really good rendered. Look really well rendered. Then there are other shots that could have used some more polish. Just a second. Show difference, deference, or show strength. We'll show strength. Maybe bad decision. We should have bowed.
Ambassador Spock, welcome to Hotari Prime.
The honor is mine, Your Majesty.
That the Federation would send one of their most respected representatives is not only an honor to the Hotari people and their queen, but a recognition of our stature and importance.
Let's get on with it, shall we? With all due respect to the Federation and their ambassador, they have no authority here. We are not members of their alliance. We are not subject to their rule, nor yours.
This is from our point of view.
We demand the immediate return of all mining operations to Lydian control, as it has been for centuries and will be for centuries more.
Lydian.
That has always been our understanding.
That understanding has changed.
Then you invite war.
And if you cannot remain silent, you will be silenced. But his point is well taken. What is the Federation's interest in this matter? Perhaps you would have us trade one oppressor for another?
The Federation remains neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution of this conflict.
I get the feeling this isn't coming.
Request, Your Majesty.
For now.
Saying this wouldn't be easy was an understatement. I thought they wanted us here.
Was there something you wanted to say, Captain?
Oh, no. My apologies.
And what about the Kobliad?
She's not part
She
of...
can speak for herself, can't she? Then let her.
Oh boy. We are not diplomats. Why are we approaching?
Now then, one should know their place. What you might be somewhere else is not what you are here. Which is standing before a queen. And a queen deserves respect. A bow is not too much to ask.
Yeah, I knew I made a bad decision there.
Is Hotari Prime part of the Hotari system?
I don't know your customs.
I am unfamiliar with your customs, Your Majesty.
We may not be a powerful civilization in your eyes, but we are prideful.
I'm not going to go back on my state. Go back on myself.
You are Kobliad. Your people suffered brutal treatment at the hands of the Cardassians. Their injustice towards the Kobliad is as unimaginable as it is unforgivable. Not unlike how we have been treated by the Lydians.
As much as they'd have you believe they are the victims here, remember it was the Hotari who attacked us. Hundreds of innocent Lydians were slaughtered without mercy in those mines.
The blood is on their hands, not ours.
Quiet! If after all the Kobliad suffered, you finally had the chance to right that wrong, to get out from under their control, would you take it? Or would you negotiate a peace?
Okay. I would right the wrong. I would seek peace. I can't speculate on that. I would seek peace.
There is no remedy for what the Kobliad suffered. And I fear who we might have become in pursuit of it. There is no justice if the oppressed become the oppressor. So I would willingly accept a peaceful resolution if it were offered. That is the real opportunity.
Spock seems pleased.
Right. Unfortunately, that was not the case, was it?
No, it was not.
Peace is often elusive to those who need it most. The Federation is the most powerful, most advanced alliance in the galaxy. It's widely known we have an abundance of dilithium in our mines. And it's in your interest to secure a steady supply.
Your Majesty, if I may...
Ambassador Spock would have us believe you're here as a neutral party in the interest of peace. So why are you really here? I want the truth, not your Federation rhetoric.
All right. I cannot lie and say that the dilithium is not a factor. So, quick catch up again. At the end of last time's stream, we had a meeting with Ambassador Spock, who he and the captain are there as official emissaries of the Federation. The reason why I am here is to gain the trust of both sides because I am impartial. So, that being said, do we I'm liking the captain less and less, and I know if I say that dilithium is a factor, he's going to disapprove. I don't think that Spock would. So,
It's possible the Federation has an interest in both peace and securing a steady source of dilithium. One does not preclude or prevent the other. That's just my personal opinion.
Given the Federation has done business with the Elidians for decades, I would agree. It's entirely possible, if not highly likely.
What they haven't said, but cannot deny, is a simple
neither good nor bad.
The dilithium trade would not and will no longer exist without Elidian involvement. We created it for the benefit of everyone, especially the Hotari. We've given them warp technology. We've let them share in the profits. We've made their lives infinitely better than before dilithium was discovered. All of that goes away if the Federation turns a blind eye to their treachery.
That is enough of your lies! The Hotari are quite capable of running the mines. We've done so for centuries.
I don't like where this is heading.
Who deserves control of the dilithium trade and the mines on town? Who should the Federation recognize?
We have to choose a side.
The Hotari or the Elidians?
Oh, it's not even giving us the neutral.
Not both.
There's an obvious choice in my mind. There is an obvious choice in my mind. And I think that choice yeah. Yep. The Hotari.
If I have to choose only one, then it would have to be the
Sorry,
Hotari.
I lost
Well said. How could the just and wise Federation make any other choice?
This is an outrage. The Federation has lost all credibility.
The mines are ours. Lydia will not be deterred. We will take back our mines by any means necessary.
And you will see more blood spilled.
I am more than willing to address your concerns, Your Majesty. Yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representative.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
I like her. She's logical and straight to the point.
I hope we meet again.
Commander Jara Rydek, Your Majesty.
It's been a pleasure, Commander Rydek.
I keep losing my feed here. Okay. We're just gonna... Oh, the captain is not liking me right now.
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. You need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Speak with members of each faction. Okay. So... you standing all on your lonesome. I'm curious what you have to say. Can I even talk to you?
Such rough terrain. No wonder the Hotari are so tough.
Alright. So I can't talk to you. But I can talk to these guys. So let's start with the Hotari.
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Illidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
The Illidians aren't going away, though.
Even though the Hotari should have control of the mines, some of the Illidian claims are still valid.
There you're wrong, but we can agree to disagree.
Okay. They're civil, at least.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Illidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Illidians could even realize their worst nightmare was upon them.
Did you have help?
Did you have help from someone else?
Hotari stands alone against the Illidian forces. We don't need help from anyone. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Illidians might
It's a science vessel.
Or is that not true?
It's
Maybe
a science
I
vessel.
misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
There are warships.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
The sad thing is that I'm kind of on the Hotari side so far. But let me hear what the,
Soothing.
let me hear what the other side has to say. Can I talk to the Hotari over here? Timeless.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm glad to hear it. I just hope you're not the only one who feels that way.
I apologize for that. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari...
See, the Hotari seem
see
intelligent.
ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Calvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now, they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Elydians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened.
See, that's my biggest question. Hey, Mr. Granger, how's it going?
This may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid.
That's my biggest question. Like, the Elydians are posed
It's still the same
as this huge advanced race, this powerhouse.
What might happen.
How did the Hotari... Like, I get the element of surprise.
Because of what happened in the mines. Is it Galvin they're afraid of?
It's entirely possible, but I don't know for sure. Whatever Galvin is doing in those mines is turning everything upside down. But no one knows
Sleepy
exactly
AF.
what's happening.
That's fair. It is getting late.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines.
So there is something in the mines. They found something. Had to have. They had to have found something. Are you sure of this?
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can we know?
It is a pre-made character. You play as two different characters. Jara Rydek, first officer, and Petty Officer Carter, an engineer.
I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
There's gotta be something in those mines that they found.
I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know.
I am too, but for the sake of the story, these characters actually do make a little bit of sense.
As does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari?
This game is made by the same folks by a lot of the developers who came from Telltale, so it's very narrative driven.
Clearly, you weren't aware.
Dilithium isn't my concern.
Of all my concerns, dilithium is not one of them. I could care less about securing a supply, now or in the future.
I'd be curious to know if the rest of the Federation shares your indifference.
True.
Like,
dilithium is so important to Starfleet, and
pleasure to meet you, Commander.
And to the Federation. Like, they have to have some interest in this dilithium.
I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
You sound skeptical.
You sound skeptical.
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy.
I want to go to the mines.
I'm not even sure I believe it.
I want to go to the mines. There's something down there.
That's what they said.
That helps explain it.
You just answered your own question. How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how. Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true,
How does that even happen?
You tell me.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Rydick.
Report your findings to Captain Solano. So I guess we need to go back to the throne room. So it's interesting. There is a bit of a mystery here. I want to go down to the mines, but it sounds like the mines are kind of off limits to me right now. There's got to be something they found in the mines, right? Like something that helped them harness this storm. It's so cool. I want to know. They look happy.
That was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Elydians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Also Spock. Set phasers to stop. Indeed. And we're back to engineering.
Warp bubble stability degrading.
So in case you guys missed any, in case you guys were not here,
Increasing warp output
that
to maximum.
is Ambassador Spock. That is the likeness of Leonard Nimoy. Warp fail. In case you missed it, so the engineering sub-story, the B-side of this story is engineering discovered that we cannot warp out of Atari space.
Or anything about the ship. The problem appears to be
But yes, we are working alongside Ambassador Spock on this mission.
You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable.
We have impulse engines, might be the storm, I guess we're stuck. I
Otherwise,
mean, we do still have
extended
impulse
stay in
engines
the
as far as we know.
system.
Well, couldn't we slow-boat it out of here at impulse speed?
It may come to that, but we don't know how
I
far
mean,
this...
so this
warp
is
gets
post... This is post Next Generation movie, so at this point,
and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Ion Storm, cutting warp
Given
drives.
the facts at hand, we may be able
Still
to
trying to
deploy
figure that
subspace
one out,
probes
but it...
around the ship to construct
Basically,
a
we
clear
found
picture of the phenomenon.
Spock's... Hold on just a second. We found Spock's shuttle out in space, kind of drifting there. He tried to warp to the rendezvous point, and basically the warp field inverted and just said no. They were lucky the shuttle didn't just break apart. Of course, it's Spock. He has plot armor.
I'll prep a shuttle.
That face. I'll prep a shuttle. Scientific method. We're gonna test this, aren't we?
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Fly the shuttle to your objective to complete a mission. Use RT to fly forward, left trigger to fly backwards, R to turn, and L to strafe. Okay. The storm will push your shuttle around. Stay focused to maintain your course. Alright. The ionic storm will fill your path with dangerous hazards. Green lighting will damage your shuttle. Taking damage 3 times will fail the mission. Ouch. You can fly through the rings created by the storm if you pilot correctly. Follow the lit path to reach the waypoint. The navigation computer displays information around the area about the area around you. I can't read today. Exclamation point indicates a storm hazard. Parentheses indicates an asteroid. Yes, that plot armor be thick. Like you can't kill Spock. Except the Kelvinverse did, but that was more homage to Leonard Nimoy. Rest in peace. Okay, so we need to go not run into the ship. Alright, so strafe, aim. Alright. Oh, God, this...
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Oh, come on. I want to joyride through an ionic storm.
Got to work for, huh?
Got a whole overworld travel system for the Monster Hunter quest line. He doesn't like me.
I always seem to find a way to push.
Custom made. Ooh.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
I think he'd blast me out of the airlock if he thought it would help increase engine efficiency by 0.1%.
Oh, those are asteroids.
Chovak's opinion isn't the only one that matters. Last time
Gotta
I
make
checked,
a whole
I
overworld
was
travel
still Chief
system.
Science Officer, and you made a hell of an impression on him.
So, like, how we're gonna travel
I'm the one who should
through,
be worried with this new first officer on board.
like, on foot, by mounts. I think I'm doing okay piloting this thing so far. Just stay in the rings.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position.
That's fair. Creating a whole system is a pain in the ass, especially playtesting and all. Oh, I don't
Westbrook
envy
here.
you.
The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Problem? Don't get me wrong. Things are definitely trending up with Commander Rydek. She's put my ideas into action. And she listened to me when your life was on the line out on the hull.
That sounds like a good thing.
It is.
Oh, that is the science
I'm
officer.
still trying to figure out if she's right for the job. She didn't go through what the rest of us did. But still got chosen to be number one. Can't tell if she was actually siding with me, or if we just fell on the same side.
Yeah, but she's lucky.
Travel speed is determined by your mode of transportation.
Actually,
Okay.
I think I can, even if I shouldn't.
Test is running. Warp field collapse.
So the speed is going to be
2, 1.
So the speed is going to be different whether, you know, we're on horse or walking, running, carriage,
All right, that is
airship.
definitely a problem with the fabric
I don't know
of
if there's going to
space.
be airships. I'm
We
just
need to
using
get
it as
another
an
probe out
example.
there. With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the Probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference.
Encounter tables are my
Deploy the second
favorites.
probe there.
Oh, I'm piloting again.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight
Let's
of the big picture.
not just go straight into an asteroid.
Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
I appreciate the advice, Commander. I'll make sure I keep my
I
options
mean, from
open.
what I've seen, this
I
guy
don't
does
need to tell you
not
to
have the
operate.
people skills.
You're already well on your way. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work, and who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too. Of
Can you
course,
give
if
me a
get
promotion?
an officer's commission, they'll put you on another
I
ship.
mean, never hurts to ask, right?
I love it. So put me up for promotion. I'm ready for my next challenge.
Well, I think you're going to have to prove that to your boss, Chovak, first.
But
He's the one
Chovak
who
doesn't
has to
like
put you up
me.
for consideration. If I were first officer, it would be different.
Well, then I'll just have to change Commander Chovak's mind. I'll work hard and better, and he won't be able to ignore it.
You've got grit. I'll give you that.
So traveling more than the 8 hours, I assume, you know,
Here. This is
exhaustion,
close enough.
etc.
Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Oh.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the
Exhaustion.
Probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay. Locate interference peaks. Oh. So there's an interference peak. There's
Got
another.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Another there. I was almost sure there was going to be one like right on Hotari Prime. That's fair. Oh, we are right in the middle of a peak.
Hold up. This is coming.
That's
from the
fair,
moon.
yeah. For booking it, we're not focusing on perception and stealth. We're just kind of going.
I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations, they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever
Bum,
petty
bum,
local conflict brought us
bum.
here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
The plot thickens.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Delano out.
A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiation.
And here I thought the Elydians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Elydians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't.
Yeah, we
bring their
definitely don't
warship as
want
a
to.
threat. They brought it because
We
they're
definitely
scared.
don't want to push our mounts
From
too
everything
hard.
we witnessed, I would say that is highly
Having
likely.
it hurt
What are
them
they afraid of?
makes sense.
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something.
Especially,
in
you know, they're the ones
Gavin
bearing
and
our
Sidron
weight
brought it back to
rather
the palace,
than
but they're
plus
keeping
our
it under tight
packs.
security.
So the
She's going to
exhaustion would be
investigate.
more of a strain on
I
them
gave her my
too.
tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She's out of options.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them. She's trying to save them.
Overused destabilizing cards. Yep.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
True.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
They want war.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon,
More noise for
it's
creatures
almost
to
as if
notice.
they want
That
to
is
start
very
war.
true.
And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Elydians
A rattling
respect
cart
is
is
force.
definitely hard to
say he's right about
hard
that.
to notice, especially if you're
At least they
going
know
through
when to
like
hold
a
back.
deserted area.
But that does not
You're gonna
explain
notice
why
that
they would
noise.
turn their aggressions against us.
I don't think the Elydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harness the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is beyond even our capability.
So is a
Oh
weapon
no,
that
somebody
disrupts
has
warp
more advanced tech than Starfleet. That's not possible.
Present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
Not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Ooh, what is that? Retrieve scan data.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
Ooh. I just got those pictures.
It was hard to tell.
I'm gonna pause this real quick while I take a look at this. These maps are gorgeous. I like the mountain ranges. Looks like some forested area. Few good rivers. This is really well done. I got her into this mess.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine.
She was one of the Queen's closest advisors.
Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It was shiny.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
I mean, for a Monster Hunter campaign, we need some wide open spaces, some good wildlands to hunt and track, and you know.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course,
can I go down into the mines?
Conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough, at least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling.
That's also fair. That's also a fair point.
And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. To the mines,
not only are we going after prey, there's also going to be predators there, I imagine. You know, always a bigger fish and all that. Spock will handle the Federation. Good old Spock.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work?
Oh, there's gonna be weapon durability.
All these chips and find out.
Took some
I
damage
joke.
on the way.
I enjoy weapon durability if it's done right.
That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
You know, nothing creates pressure like a sword breaking mid-combat.
It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Good to know, good to know. Probably do regular maintenance on weapons and all. That looks like an EJ7 interlock. Sure. I definitely know what that is. Be professional.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
And let's look at the EJ7 interlock. Zzz.
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
Bye-bye weapon indeed. Clamp. Future clamp.
You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
I'm good at what I do.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do.
So now, same with bows, I imagine, you know. Bowster. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. But bowstrings snapping, or the bow themselves. Oh, L2. Is it gonna make me take out every single fuse? Oh, okay. Oh, I dropped one. Shit. Sorry. Not fuses. Oh.
What's this?
Some kind of crystal formation?
Tricorder time.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
How did it get there? Like, this looks like what they found in the mines. How'd it get on...
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
That was legalese if I ever heard
We're
it.
more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
I'm gonna have to choose between the two, aren't I? I knew this was gonna happen. That's fair. Uh, yeah, so you find a used weapon, it's already gonna have some wear on it. Yeah. You hit rock with a big, you hit a rock with a big stick, you know, the stick's probably gonna break. Does pose a threat.
If it's not natural, then someone might have put it there. It could be a tracking device, some kind of sabotage, or even a bomb.
Which is why we need to get it to the containment lab.
Come on.
I can't make an exception. Not even for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call. Get Starfleet to send more ships.
No, we don't want to do that right now.
On the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessel. We shouldn't do this alone.
We're on our own here.
We're at the edge of the quadrant. Help isn't just gonna pop over like we're in Sector 001.
Wouldn't hurt to try.
You talk like you've never had your backs up against a wall before. This is Starfleet.
Not only that, but
We
this
solve
is a
our own
diplomatic mission. It's already kind of teetering on the edge of war here. We don't want to bring more Starfleet ships in. That sounds like a
stand back.
bad idea.
Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you.
That's
I'll let
how
you
we
know
get
when it's
war.
safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core. Almost
Damn.
forgot.
Can't have that.
Didn't expect that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us?
Especially warships,
Or
yeah.
it's because this is all happening so fast. But she usually doesn't scare easy.
It's her job.
Of course she's taking it seriously, but that's her job.
So yeah, there
She's
is
on
a
duty, she's
romantic
gotta be on the
interest
lookout for
there.
danger.
Yeah, but talking about sending
Especially
a
after
distress call on
Carter
her
almost
own,
died.
that's going too far. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
Commander Rydek was able
Symbols
to
and
work behind the
legends.
scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing
Have to make so
with
many
Federation
random encounter
records.
times.
Displaying symbols from
That's
Federation database with
yeah, that's kind of the trick with an open world
further
is
analyze.
random encounters and having those, and you know, especially in an open world with multiple environments, because you have to have a table of what would go in that particular environment, you know, how populated it is, things of that nature. Select a symbol. Not quite. Still not quite. Wait, hold on. No, still not quite. No. That looks like a winner there, folks. That symbol doesn't look familiar to me.
99.2% match.
Got it.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient
Kobold
Empire.
Fight
Their
Club.
civilization collapsed over 600,000
Kobold Fight Club
years
is my
ago,
best friend when
once spanned
creating
millions of
encounters.
systems with a population
I don't know if
numbered
you've
in
ever used it
trillions.
before.
Fascinating. The Takan were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotar...
Hold on, let me... I just posted the link in the chat to the Kobold Fight
I
Club.
wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Takan is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
I've heard of the Takan.
Actually, I've heard of the Takan.
You have?
Quite impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan outpost.
That's why that
On
name sounds
Stardate
familiar.
41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
Energy
There's a
draining
lot
field,
here.
okay.
Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Do we want to learn more about the Enterprise D? Let's start with the
The
Enterprise.
technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful.
Oops. Wrong button.
Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
To be fair, that wasn't all that
Takan
long ago.
technology on board right now.
As far as I know, at time of
I'll run a full
this game.
analysis in the containment lab.
All right. Let's learn more about Starfleet restrictions.
There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
Learn about Delphi Ardu 4.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
That definitely does not sound like a
Someone from
coincidence.
the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
There is a encounter generator on D&D Beyond, but I believe the restriction on D&D Beyond is you have to own the particular source material before you can put it into the generator, whereas Kobold Fight Club kind of says, okay, here's all the things, use them, and points you to the source material.
On behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
The Illydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. We're up against something greater than we can imagine.
We don't want to let on what we know just yet.
For now, it's probably best we don't let on how
Play
much
our
we
cards
know.
close to the chest,
Play
so
our
to
cards
speak.
close to the vest. Smart. I
Hmm.
agree. Then when the time is
Nothing
right,
gets me.
we can confront them.
Diplomatically, of course.
Right.
We've been able to triangulate the source of the ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
That's also true.
So we know where to look.
And thankfully,
We need to
he
know
has
what's down
shared most of them with
What
us.
the Hotari are hiding, to better understand what we're up against, and to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. Would require absolute
But how are we
secrecy.
going to get there?
And obviously, it's not without risk.
Assemble an away team.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone.
Oh, no away team.
Silas can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating
Defending
our
the first
neutrality,
officer.
and aggravating an already tense situation. Can't afford any
Ooh.
mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
It's a risk we have to take.
It's a risk we have to take. We need to know what to do.
This is going to be
And of course, you'll have the full support.
sending an EXO alone on an away mission is... It's
Get in
risky.
touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
At least it's not the captain.
Understood. It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime. Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do. Dismissed.
This... Alright. I mean, I wanted to go to the mine. I did want to go to the mine. Just not alone. I was kind of hoping to have a security
Petty Officers
detail with
Diaz
me.
and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Huh?
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah, her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiation.
Diaz, Tamaris.
Try her again. Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
I don't
She's
like
still on the
this.
She has to be.
Get her locate.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
I'll go find her.
Good.
I don't
I am
like
sure
this.
Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
I don't want to go alone, Chovek. Something ain't right. Unless the crystal's blocking comms. Also wouldn't be good. I don't like this. And Miranda. And then server.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Miranda, what are you up to? Oh. I swear if Miranda turns turncoat. I don't like this. Enter silently. I don't like this. I'm not going to make any unnecessary noise. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Miranda. Miranda, where are you? Oh no. Oh no.
What the?
Oh, I don't like this.
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I called you on the comm badge. Twice. Commander Westbrook, too. Why didn't you answer?
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work.
Transfer complete.
But I'm through here,
So
I can't stay and chat. I have other
need a
things to do.
phaser.
Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
But hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do. Look,
For someone who was so security focused just a minute ago?
You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
Miranda, you can be honest with me. Are you in some kind of trouble? The crystals are missing, and now I don't even know what you're doing in here pulling ISOs.
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
Done her ass.
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now.
Yeah, you're getting mixed signals.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever, I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out. I don't have time to stand around and debate with you. Not right now.
Let me help you.
I want to help you, but you're not making it easy.
Then I'll try to make it simple. You don't have to say anything at all.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
Uh-huh. What's going on? Security? Please tell me that's a security
So I see
detail.
you found each other.
Even better, that's Nilly.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation.
Oh, you
And when
lying?
Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Check the data on this drive. I'm sure it'll show her access codes were used. And there were probably files copied while I was still with you two in engineering.
That makes sense.
Then get someone down here who can prove that. But until then, I have to go.
Oh, you ain't going nowhere.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter. We should get her taken care
I do
of.
get a feeling this isn't her.
Better be sure about this.
We'll take her to
Let's take her
sickbay.
to sickbay.
I don't feel
better than
confident in
isn't it?
that decision,
Yeah.
but we're gonna take her
Yeah,
to sickbay.
it is.
Fine. Get checked out by medical. You two go with her. I'll put this back together.
All right, man. Have a good night, man. Get some sleep, get some rest. And we're back in the mines, guys. Or we're going to the mines. What lies beneath? Fine times. Yeah, this looks so pretty, though. I mean, I know it's just a bunch of rocks and some... Wonder what would happen. I'm not going to combat. I guess we
here.
have to.
This is Zermatt. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
That voice actor sounds
And to keep this
familiar.
covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood.
Why does that sound like Liam O'Brien to me? I'm gonna have to look that up later. Examine the
The
pit.
ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
Alright. I said I wanted to go to the mines, but we are... I still don't like going alone. There's Tyler. Send the cliff face. Alright, so.
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
Thank you for agreeing to this. You've already taken risks on our behalf. It means a great deal that you would do so again.
If it's for my people, no risk is too great.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
I feel like there should be an apostrophe in there. Does anybody else feel like there should be an apostrophe in there?
For over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
Like, I'm no one to correct the grammar of sci-fi or fantasy languages, but I feel like there should be an apostrophe in there. Those are ships.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
At least they respect your authority.
I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door.
Fair. But I don't know my way around here. How do I know what's not the door?
How dare you! Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
The Queen?
Window.
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further in the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly at this instance.
I noticed in the corner I had my tricorder, so I guess I need to be closer.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know
Each second you delay my entry will be recorded, processed, and permanently marked on your record. I can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How could a fellow Hotari not
I like her.
understand this? You're digging your own grave.
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Someone takes the brakes up here. Maybe the same guard who left that window unlocked. I suppose the view is nice.
We found the smokers hangout. Hey, you wanna buy some death sticks? Tricorder will beep when you are near a scannable spot. Oops. I hit the wrong button again.
Not going that way.
Alright. Oh, that is a whole lot of something.
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
EM field prevent solid matter from passing through. Hello. What are you? Receiver, signal receiver that controls the field activation. Emitter, component focusing the pattern of the force field. Complete scan.
Full system access. Let's see if I can just...
Did she
Bingo.
just hack that with her tricorder? That's impressive.
Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy.
Alright. So. Can't crouch or run with your tricorder equipped. Okay. Good to know.
Might control the exit door. Need to see inside it.
So we need tricorder.
Something in here is keeping that door closed.
DNA processor, component that processes DNA scans of those that attempt to enter the door. Does not store records, used only as a trigger for activation. Prevents solid matter from passing through. What are you? Contains records of personnel with access to this facility. Okay.
Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
Nice. Alright, we are through the door, guys. So are we sticking with Rydek? Yep. And types. Okay. So we need to get down there. All right. So I'm guessing that's all dilithium. That's one way to mine, I guess. Vault.
I didn't
There's...
come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight.
Hey.
There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
That poor guy has a new asshole right now.
I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen
I'm a
to
little
otherwise.
impressed. Also a little scared. I'm a little scared.
Gotta admit, I'm a little afraid of you now.
You're lucky we're on the same side.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Yeah.
The catwalks were
Like, I'm not sure if this species has an asshole. He has one now. I'm just saying.
Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
Use your tricorder to collect samples of Hatari DNA. So, oh, hello. Oh, come on. You have all the Hatari DNA. Where am I supposed to be?
Do you think we could just find a way to climb over this?
Possibly. But the console on the lift itself is locked by the same system that locks this ramp.
No shortcuts, then.
I'm sure you can figure something out.
Sure.
No luck. Unless this console thinks I'm a Hotari guard, it won't work.
Guards work out of that building back there. Might have some DNA.
So we need to go back there.
What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining...
Something's fishy. Oh, that's my tricorder. Hold on, I gotta take this.
That is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots.
I feel like I shouldn't be looking at this. See, I would be the designer who would absolutely make some kind of joke about you're looking for DNA.
I can use this.
We're looking for biological. There we go. Hotari fingerprint. Residual oil deposits reveal a distinctive pattern of ridges and valleys, consistent with a fingerprint belonging to a Hotari male, approximately 36 cycles in age. Cool.
That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
Okay. I found...
Hotari must be tough on the inside, too.
Those are definitely potatoes. There. Oops. What I wanted? Definitely something here. Atari mining pick, primitive. So that did nothing for me. Half-eaten meal.
Leftovers. I should
There's
give
gotta
this
be...
a scan.
Yeah, there's gotta be DNA on a half-eaten meal, right?
There's gotta be stable DNA here.
Dental imprints of a Hotari male, 24 cycles in age. Hotari food is often dense, allowing use of a single prolonged utensil. Saliva residue. Hotari saliva is viscous and accommodate their harsh diet.
Good
to know.
That's another I could use. Just need one more sample.
Okay. Like that. Beverage.
Almost looks like coffee. Almost. I'll have some.
How does that look like coffee? Guys, how does that look like coffee? Cutlery.
If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room.
Okay. Good to know. Hello.
This'll work.
Atari fingerprint, residual oil deposits. Yep. Epithelial residue. Detected the presence of cells shed from the outermost layer of skin. Indicates recent contact with the surface. Dried. Ugh. Oh, they sneezed. A pattern of saliva consistent with a sudden burst of air from the nose and mouth, likely caused by environmental irritants. They sneezed.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. Time to go back to the lift.
Alright, back to the lift. This?
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah.
There's the joke. I knew there had to be somebody on the development team that would make that joke. It's okay. I don't care long enough. Like, there had to be somebody on the team that was immature enough
I'll get it started.
to make a joke about, you know, biological specimen.
Ready?
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now.
Oh man, just looking down that slope just triggered my fear of heights. I do not like heights.
Stay back. There's a guard at the station. You'll have to hide.
Hide where? Yeah, that's hidden.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister
We're
of
about to
Diplomatic
watch the
Affairs.
master at work.
I speak for the Queen herself.
He's about to get an asshole.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Aboencha.
Let me go.
Phaser. That phaser was not set to stun Rydek.
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Tylus, you can do this.
I don't see what you're basing that on.
All you've shown me so far is an iron-willed determination to save your people. I don't expect that's changed.
Good point.
No. No, it hasn't. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
Guard should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
I'd say that looks like a scan card.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Otari lives.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine.
Was
Just
it?
unconscious for a while.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
Alright. That is not the equipment you should have out right now, Jara.
The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead.
Alright, so as we're going to go into the mines, we are about at the 2-hour point. So I think that is a good stopping point for this stream. Thank you everyone who came to watch. I do appreciate it. I'm going to continue this until we are done. This is a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying this game. It's a whole lot of intrigue. We're getting into the thick of it now. I do want to know what's going on with Maris. Like, something's going on with Maris, and it's since she went down to Hotari. So, I am curious. Nilly's kind of getting back in my good graces since last stream. Like she's doing okay. I was a little upset with her at the end of yesterday's stream. So that being said, tomorrow we will continue exploring the mines. Hopefully we'll have some answers. Not tomorrow, I'm sorry. Tomorrow I'll be doing either Persona 5 or Lies of P, depending. I do want to finish the demo of Lies of P. Or I might be going back to Persona 5, because that is one of my favorite games, and I am excited to stream it. So, I'll make that decision here tomorrow. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to follow the channel for more gameplay like this. I do a lot of story narrative-based streams, a lot of story narrative-based games, and we talk about it and just chill and have a good time here on the couch. So, thank you for the first time chat. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Esoterica123. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Until tomorrow, in honor of Ambassador Spock, live long and prosper. Thank you guys.